Hi everybody, welcome back to the Albert Smile and Faces podcast. Prediction for the Chelsea game.
A nasty game.
It's going to be a nasty game, a really, really nasty game for Newcastle United.
What do you reckon, Mark?
It's ridiculous.
Inside joke. Inside joke. Right, so
that was funny.
We'll start with the team lineup. Is it going to be the same team that started against Man U?
Deka's already spoiled this one in the last one.
They might not watch that one.
Might not watch it, yeah. This might be a Chelsea fan listening
Of
to
course,
this one.
of course they watched it. How dare they not?
So might be a Chelsea fan.
It has to be, doesn't it? It has to be.
So yeah,
How can you
the
change
team
it?
who started was obviously Dubravka in goal, Yedlin at right back, Shaw, Lascelles, Clark. Yeah,
of course he's in. Yeah.
Willems, Almiron on the right, Longstaff, Maximum, Joe Lennon.
Yep.
Is this Hayden's last game he's suspended for?
I thought he was going somewhere there.
Is this his last game? Is he?
No, it'll be his second, won't it?
Has he got another one after this?
Yeah, he'll have one more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've got to be
Yeah,
off last
okay,
night.
that's
So he might have the first. So yeah.
Would you have brought Hayden back in, like?
No.
You couldn't after the game those two had. Couldn't.
You've sometimes just got to not let sentiment rule.
No, I'm not.
Rule your head.
I'm letting performance rule me head. And it was a fantastic
No,
performance by those two in the middle of the park.
I get that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you can't change. Why would you change a winning team? You know what I mean? Unless you had Messi coming back into it, but we haven't. So you just stick with what you've got and you go again. I mean, it's going to be probably a tougher game, of course, because
Chelsea hasn't been
got more about them.
They haven't been great at home.
They haven't.
Like they've drew a lot of games. I think they got beaten. They won the last game there, but
They've got.
you expect them to do better.
Abraham's a great player.
Yeah.
They're going to carry a much more bigger threat than what Man United did, and that's going to ask big questions of Matty in the middle. It's going to ask questions of Clark, obviously that we mentioned.
And let's not forget they're sitting pretty high up in the league. They're sitting fifth in the league.
Team. They're a good
Well,
team.
Longstaff made his debut last season against Chelsea, didn't he? Down there,
Yeah.
and he was brilliant. He was the best midfielder on
Was
the
it against
pitch.
Chelsea, was it?
What I will say though
Liverpool.
is he played mint against Chelsea. I don't know if it might be Liverpool his debut, wasn't it?
I can just remember
But
him
he
being
played
outstanding
mint
down
I thought it was
down
Liverpool.
there.
I'm sure it was Liverpool.
It was Liverpool.
Oh, it was, man.
It was.
Yeah, yeah.
But he played mint
He was
against
brilliant,
Chelsea. I
yeah.
remember he was absolutely unreal, actually. What I will say, though, out of all of the years we've played Chelsea, this is probably the one that I think you might have a chance, like. I mean, Lampard hasn't exactly got them playing
that's
amazing. They haven't signed anyone because they couldn't. Yes, Abraham's doing well. Mount's a great player, but there's been a lot more times I've went down to Chelsea expecting a 10-0 humping.
Yeah.
Absolute humping. Not this time.
This season could be a good season for Chelsea just because they can't go out and just splash the checkbook around. They've got to look at what they've already got,
A lot of fans
bring
are
through
happy
some
with that.
youth and stuff like that. But
I think that they're having one of those seasons where they're probably get away, and they're like,
Free pass.
yeah, it's free pass,
Well,
and then the
that's
season's
and
why-
that's I bet that's part of the reason that Lampard's in and got the job, because
That's exactly right.
even if things go wrong, it's not his fault.
It was a perfect time. Everything matched the right way
Yeah.
for them. Hopefully on Saturday that doesn't match the right way for them, but again, as I say every single time, we probably will lose the game. I just really hope that in periods of the game we'll look threatening. At least let's just not sit and just get hammered. I mean, what I mean, under pressure. Is there going to be a period in the game where we look like we can hurt them? And I think if Max plays, there's a chance the same plays like, because I think on the break he could absolutely.
We've got two nicknames.
I know I call him Max and then saying
They call him Max. Saying anything else,
He'll
man?
play, and I think having
his first names. I think I didn't count
having the two Longstaff brothers in the middle should give you a bit more leg and a bit more energy
Gives you
as
energy,
well.
doesn't it?
So
Yeah.
hopefully that then transpires into hitting them on the break and getting some chances.
Almiron. So when Almiron was playing, obviously.
Right against.
No, I mean, sorry. In
He's
national
been
break.
away on international.
Oh, right, yeah,
Where's he been?
South America.
In the dressing room because he got sent off.
Well, was it in Paraguay that game?
I don't know. No idea.
It was over there.
It's normally over America.
Alright,
somewhere.
well,
They would have been. It was in South America even if he wasn't playing.
I don't know. Rafa wouldn't play him, I don't think, if it was. You know, and he's like about people.
No, he probably wouldn't.
Travelling outside
Probably
of
wouldn't.
Gateshead used to get dropped.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But depending on how he is, he's the only player I think that might not play as him, just simply because of international far away.
You've only got the normal ones,
Yedlin's
so.
been away as well, you know.
Has he?
Yedlin went to America.
Did he?
That's
That's
another-
risky,
that's
that as well.
another
isn't
risky
it?
one then,
That's
aye.
risky just from being like match fit.
But judging Bruce's, I imagine Bruce fucking played him anyway. But I'm just
He
thinking, you know.
put Andy Carroll on in a monsoon.
Yeah,
Dodgy ankles.
Christ, yeah, so it probably will be the same team. I think the only two that you could think may not, because of travelling, is Yedlin and Almiron.
Yeah.
If you're looking at, you know, as a review and you're trying to look at how it might play out. But for me, you play exactly the same team that played before. Soak up the pressure and try and get the ball to Saint and Almiron as best you can.
I'm assuming
the same.
Atsu's been away. He's normally away on an international break if Ghana are playing. He's normally away.
Honestly,
I don't know.
If you hear anything about him.
He deserved to be called up if he, you know what I mean, if he was going away because he's been.
No, he's always in the squad.
Yeah.
He's always in the Ghanaian squad.
So we'll just see what happens, I guess. But I'm hoping Joe can.
He needs a good game.
Yeah,
he needs a good game. Well, not necessarily a good game. He needs a game where he's involved more, and that's no fault of his own that he's not involved more. The team need to work a little bit harder to bring him into the game, and not expect him to sit in midfield.
Yeah, I know it's early, and I certainly don't. I want him to do well. That's the thing. I want him to do well. I just think I remember how much shit Mitrovic used to get. From what I'm seeing at the moment, Mitrovic really does give a lot more than what I'm seeing from Joe. Like,
I think it's probably a fair comment.
So I hope for his sake, that he starts to put it around a bit. Scoring a goal is one thing. I mean just the performance.
Yeah.
You know, let's not be standing on the halfway line with your shoulders down.
So you can argue with the referee if you don't get a challenge.
Let's try and get. Well, I know you can do it because I remember that Spurs game. He was tremendous, and I take his goal out of it. His whole up play was amazing. And he will know by now that, right, okay, this is the way it's going to be every week because it's the style we play. He's the man up front, he's the target man, back the goal. He now needs to know that, right, that's what it is. It's not going to change because I think it'll not be long before real questions will get asked to him if we're going to 10 and 12 and 13 games and I'm seeing the same thing.
And if obviously the difference between him and Mitrovic, because you brought the comparison up, is Mitrovic's temperament and because he was getting the red cards. He picked up 2 early on, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
So that was the difference. But I completely agree with what you're saying. A lot of people are so quick to jump on Mitrovic's back. And Julian's getting a bit of a free pass at the minute compared to what Mitrovic did. Compared to what Mitrovic... People wanted Mitrovic running quarter man at one point.
Yeah, I agree. I think everyone hung him out to dry. No one said
he was just a cheerleader.
Yeah, no one said that team was shit around him and he wasn't getting service and all this. Now it's never Joe. It doesn't seem to be Joe's fault.
We did was sat here every week and said it.
Well, yeah,
he needed that delivery, like.
Again, there's going to be the odd people that are sensible, you're probably saying, and understand it from a bigger aspect. But I just think of a game and I think if the threat that I can only be as honest as I can be, and I would prefer to have Mitrovic on the pitch at the moment. If I went to the game now, I remember how I felt when Mitrovic was up front, and I actually felt what carried a threat. And now when I think of Joe up front, I don't think we've got any threat at all. That's how I feel about it.
I think that you could just pick and change them and not see much difference, to be honest, because neither of them are getting the service.
Well, that's true. I'm just saying how I felt at the time. Mitrovic ended up being pretty dreadful, I have to be honest there. I remember the early days going to that Arsenal game, he got sent off in that game. I remember going to the Arsenal game and thinking, fucking Mitrovic could really sort these out today. I don't reckon I would have that opinion if we're playing Arsenal next week with Joe.
That's because of the way he behaved, wasn't it, and went on, and that temperament bit that you're talking about is that he had...
Did he not score 2 against Arsenal for... who do I from?
Anderlecht.
I'm sure, did he not score 2 in Champions League for Anderlecht against Arsenal?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
I'm sure,
But... And I feel like all of a sudden I'm trying to say Joe's not as good as Mitrovic. I'm not trying to say that. All I'm saying is back to my original point was that everyone didn't like Mitrovic for some reason pretty quickly, very, very quickly.
Yeah.
And I just feel that if Joe is playing the same way that he's playing 10, 12, 13 games down the line...
But I think you're already seeing that because there's already people saying he's a waste of money and he's never worth 40 million.
But he's not, is he? At the moment, he's not worth 40 million. Sorry, I can only be honest.
He sprinkled a bit of that Rafa dust on that though, because Rafa didn't want him as a player, and I think a lot of fans have probably used that as well as part of the argument.
Fans out there want him to fail for that reason, which is awful to think.
And it's so weird because we can't sit here and all three would love Rafa. Of course, we wanted Rafa to stay, but then you say Rafa didn't want this player, but then you go back to there's like some Matt Sells. Rafa wanted him to come in as a goalkeeper, and he was absolutely horrendous.
You want Lazar, for Christ's sake?
Grant Hanley came in.
Oh God, don't say that name.
Let's remember, Rafa made some horrendous signings.
Every manager does.
Of course they do. But then you
does.
can't go and say, well, Rafa didn't want him as a signing a striker because obviously Rafa saw he wasn't good enough.
It's not that at all. Rafa did want him.
No.
However, Rafa didn't want to pay 40 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, maybe, yeah.
Like you spent
He
12
would have
million on Murphy though.
He would have been happy to have spent
12 million on
spent
Murphy, you know.
20 million on him.
12 million on Murphy. Hey, I worked him out in 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Shite. But we'll see what happens. I hope Joe has the best game of his life and scores 10. I hope he does.
Score
Honestly,
prediction. We'll start with Mark.
Get beat 2-0.
Fuck's sake. I think we'll get beat 3-0.
I'm going to go 2-0 as well.
Yeah. And then
I think it's going to be one of those where I think we're going to be lucky to have a chance.
Let's hope it turns out like the Spurs game, eh?
Did all that say we're going to get beat off Man U as well?
No.
Did we not? Or did you say
No.
draw?
I think
I was positive I was
I
telling
think
you
that's
for being negative.
5-0.
Exactly.
I'm a lot more happy because Saints on the pitch. I know I've just said we're going to be 3-0, but
Well, I can't wait until you say it 3-0.
I know it's a bit silly to say that, but when I'm on about carrying a threat and I'm on about
It
I'm
gives you a
criticising
chance,
On the
Jose,
break.
doesn't it?
I just feel
Yeah.
that Saint can give you that, like he can give you that.
So maybe 3-1.
Maybe 3-1, yeah. It's. I remember I watched Chelsea at home. It was on the telly. It was a couple of weeks ago. They came out the traps the first 20 minutes. They were unbelievable. Honestly, unbelievable. They went 1-0 up, and then they really, really struggled after that. They looked gassed
Could
out.
this
Were they
be
at
a
home or
game?
were they away?
They were at home. They were.
Could this be a game where we might see a sending off?
That'll be one where
against Villa, maybe
there'll be
against
one where
Villa,
they
I think.
drew.
What's right?
Could this be a game where we might see a sending off? Because Scher's due one. Like he's on a thin line at the minute. Like
I don't
Why
think
would you want to preempt that?
no, but some of the challenges I've seen him flying into, like into the being close, like.
It's a funny one
Oh,
because
he had a good game in the week.
he did.
Could,
Didn't he?
could that be
playing
him
against
getting
pub
called
team,
up?
really, but I get what you're saying. It's a funny one. You go back to Mitrovic actually when they say about his temperament and stuff like that. Shea's, it's terrible. Shea is absolutely terrible.
Oh, he
but
loves leaving his
him.
foot in. Loves
But
it.
He is a red card waiting to happen.
Rolls Royce.
He throws the ball away all the time. He kicks the ball away. He's always nibbling at someone, diving in. He's a nightmare, man. And he's worse when we're getting beat. So I remember that Norwich game. He was literally trying to kill people. He just wasn't getting there in time. That's how bad we were that day. He couldn't even foul someone.
He couldn't even catch up and
That's
foul
his
someone.
high standards and frustration.
No, I give that. I get it. But it depends. I think Abraham could be a real problem. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
I really worry about him.
Cheryl just launch him.
Gets enough.
I don't think he'll be anywhere near. He'll clever and he'll lean on Clark. I think all game. I think he'll just lean on him all the
Can
time.
on Lascelles.
I think Lascelles.
Talking
Lascelles is one that worries me, where players are running at him.
Yeah.
He's the one out of that back
Well,
three.
it's Mount. I
That
think
See,
when Mount's playing off him, Mount will terrorise the cells. That's my fear.
Lascelles is great with the ball in the air, like
Well, that's when
when
you-
it's
That's
landing
what-
to his feet.
That's why I think the battle between him and Abraham might actually be all right. I think he might do canny. But when Mount's coming towards him, you'll just.
That's where the long staffs need to be covering the runs from midfield, isn't it, and picking them up.
I'm quite looking forward to it, to be fair. I am.
It
I'm
could be
not
one of them
dreading the
games
game.
where,
I'm
like-
not dreading it.
Like
What
the
was
same
if
way
we
we
won?
get people.
If we won, dig out.
If we won, what would you aspirations for the season really change? Your projections for the season?
Depending on the performance, if it's a performance where we're up there with Chelsea and it's end to end, then probably. If it's a thing where we've sat back and defended, we've defended
Like
really,
Spurs.
yeah,
That's what Spurs
we've
was.
defended
That's
really
good.
well. Then
Smash and grab.
Yeah, if it's that, then I probably think what I thought at the very start of the season.
But again, we'll look at that Man United game that we've just had. We won't cock a hoop about it. We could have still easily lost that game, drew that game.
That chance McGuire.
Exactly. So
I think we're going to be as I think we'll be watching it at times. We'll probably message her going, "Fucking the hell, what's this?"
Yeah.
We will, because it's what we are. I just think that we'll sit back and we'll be tight and hopefully we can keep them out. If we're going to win the game, it's not going to be pretty.
If it's another performance that we saw against Norwich or Leicester, then what?
it's what you expect, isn't it?
What I will worry about then is we've already had 2 or 3 inquests already, I believe. Like Norwich had an inquest and Leicester we've had an inquest. And in fairness, both times we've had a reaction. We've beat Spurs after the Norwich game, we've beat Man United after
We've
Leicester.
got Wolves after Chelsea, haven't we? Is that right?
You just cannot go every fortnight with an inquest. Every 2 weeks, another inquest will sort it out.
The difference is you're playing Chelsea, so you expect them to pick the game up for it and be up for it.
That's fair comment. Sorry, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I'd be very, very worried if after the high we had against Man United to go as low as Leicester again.
Yeah.
That would really terrify us. To be fair,
I think they'll be more motivated to play Chelsea than they would a Leicester or something like that. Even though Leicester have had, been pretty
It's
successful.
come to the
and
point
stuff
though
like that,
where we're going into games thinking that they should be motivated for this because the teams are better than us. There's not that many teams that are worse than us at the minute. Let's be honest.
That's the mentality though. If as we've said,
is it more the name of the club than the position in the league?
Yeah, 100%. It's those big top clubs, isn't it? It's like when we were relegated, everybody who played
wanted
us
to batter us. Yeah.
wanted to battle. We wanted to beat up the game.
I will say, the reason why I don't think we'll get humped, and I'll probably be eating my words here, is because we've reverted back to the formation that we know, 3 at the back and the 2 wing backs. He changed against Leicester to go 4 at the back and we got fucked for
Set
it.
yourself up, yeah, mate.
So I don't think we'll get hammered.
But then you come back a few weeks before that and you were like, well, I never want to see we play that again because we got...
No, I never ever said that. I says, thinking about how we could get Joe Moore the ball, we'll have to change formation, yes. But now that he's realised that, we're just simply kind of...
The only way we're going to get Joe Moore the ball is putting that bloody ball on the pitch. Of 2.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, that's probably true. Is that allowed?
We'll find out. Yeah. Give it a shot. Right, thanks for everyone. Anyone else to add on this one?
No.
Easy for you to say.
I know.
We'll just see.
Went right the way through that one as well.
It's not on the telly, which is a great thing, I think.
You love it when we're not on the telly, don't you?
Because it's just the whole nation watches and you just get fucked for it.
Like, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I know Man United was lovely, but
it'll be on
9 times out of 10 we'll get beat, man. So.
Be in sports.
So it's,
I know it's on them. So
it's 2-0, 3-1.
I'll go 3-1 actually. Yes, 3-1 because of.
Is that not what you said?
I said 3-0, but I convinced myself
giving you a goal.
1. Yeah.
All right, just convince yourself.
We'll do Liverpool, probably take the lead and think we're the best in the world, and then get hammered.
Right, thanks everyone. See you later. Bye.
Ciao.